Hello everybody, and good morning, or good afternoon, or good evening, depending on where you are in the world and when you're listening to this. I want to talk about manifestation, because I am now broadcasting live from my new place, which I manifested. It is right across from the beach, and it had all the things that I wanted. It had to have air conditioning and laundry and hot water and a beautiful ocean view and be across from the ocean, and it had to be a certain price range, and I got it. I got all of it. And people were saying, how did you find it? And I was like, well, I manifested it. I manifest all the time. I actually consider myself a master manifester. Not to brag, but proof has always shown to come about, because I've been manifesting ever since I can remember. Even like getting myself to California and getting myself into USC, because I had to get to California, and it was the only college that I was able to apply to without having to wait another semester, and they actually denied me, and I got in anyway. Why? How? Because I knew it was going to happen. So the thing with manifesting is, the first thing, you have to believe it with all of your being. Okay, it's not something that you just wish for. You really just have to believe that it's going to happen. Now, hi everybody that's watching. Thank you for joining my manifestation video. So I'm talking about manifesting because I manifested my apartment across the street from the beach, and I had everything I wanted. So the first thing about manifesting is actually believing that it's going to happen and not knowing how. Right? So you just have to say yes, and then the universe provides, just like everything else. So I actually wrote a lot about this in my book. Some of you know I wrote a book, some of you don't. It's called Let Me Break It Down For You. But I love this picture. I want you to take a look at this picture. It was illustrated by my beautiful step-niece. She has an Instagram, SeaLife, SEAL Life. So this picture, what does that make you think of? Okay, so I talk about manifestation, but having to clear space in order for things to happen. Because in this picture, you'll see there's a guy with a shiny brand new car and a garage filled with a bunch of crap that doesn't work, right? Well, that is the same as life. Because a lot of times when we manifest, or we want to manifest things, we want to bring things into our life, we can't, because we have all this crap that's stuck, all this energy that's taking up space that no longer serves us, right? So the first thing you have to do is clear some stuff, right? And when I say clear some stuff, I'm talking about clearing some limiting beliefs. Now, limiting beliefs are things that keep us stuck in our old patternings, like I'm not good enough, or I'm not smart enough, or I don't make enough, like, right? I can't have this because I don't make enough, or I can't live there because it's, it's whatever, too expensive, or it's too far, or I'll never live in that place or the state, right? So those are limiting beliefs. So the first thing we have to do to manifest is rid those limiting beliefs. How do we rid those limiting beliefs? Well, you have to change your brain patterning. I talk about brain patterning a lot, but we won't talk about it in this particular live. So you have to rid your limiting beliefs. Limiting beliefs keep you from obtaining things that you deserve and that you can have. We all have the power to have everything and anything that we want. And a lot of people say, well, no, not me, right? Well, there's a limiting belief. Or how? I don't know how. There's a limiting belief. We all have the ability, so the how is already there. Right? The how is not something that's written. It's not something that's step by step. How just happens when you believe. So when I say you have to believe with all of your being, you have to believe it in your heart and your soul, and not understand how or where or why that's possible, right? You just have to trust. Trusting in the universe is trusting in yourself. So we can't trust in the universe if we don't trust ourselves. Why don't we trust ourselves? Well, integrity. Buddha has this saying, when your thoughts, your beliefs, and your actions are in alignment, that's when full happiness happens, right? So what do you think, what do you believe, and what are you doing? Are they in alignment? If they're not in alignment, well, there's going to create some stuck energy. You're going to create resistance. Okay, wherever there's resistance, you're not going to be able to receive. You can't manifest things and receive things if you're resisting things all the time. So you have to ask yourself, am I living in full alignment within my beliefs? Am I living within integrity of my belief system? If the answer is no, okay, there's some deep shadow work that needs to be done sometimes, and I'll do an episode on shadow work soon because it keeps coming up in my mind. And it's really important to be able to progress as a human. So, or as a spiritual human, I should say, because we're all human, we're having a human experience, but we're spiritual beings in a human body. So if you want to evolve into a more spiritual being, you have to work on your shadow work, and you have to rid those limiting beliefs, and you have to rid those little monsters that keep attacking your brain, telling you what you are, what you should do, what you should be doing, what you can have, what you can't have, right? All those are just, it's just the mind. It's just the mind. The mind is the most powerful thing on the planet. So if we can control our mind, and we can control our feelings, and can control our limiting beliefs, then you have the better opportunity to manifest. So first thing, clear limiting beliefs. How do we clear limiting beliefs? Have more trust in yourself. How do you trust yourself? Look at the way that you're living. Are you in alignment with your beliefs? And are you living with an integrity? Is what you think, what you do, what you say, all in alignment? If not, start there, okay? So if you can say, yes, I've done that. I'm living within my integrity. I live my beliefs, right? Think really, 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 really long and hard about it too, with everything that you do, with what you eat, with what you put on your body, with what you consume, with what you purchase, right? If we're supporting these big corporations, and then we're saying like, oh, I don't like the way the world's going, well, you're giving them money. So if you don't like the way the world's going, stop giving them money, right? Shop mom and pop, right? So all those things, like, really look at every little thing that you're doing in your life, and is it in full alignment with your belief system? And if it's not, you have some energy blocks, okay? So start there. Start with those blocks. What are you blocking? What are you creating that is blocking from receiving? So, again, really think about your whole entire environment, what you do every day, who you associate with, who you allow into your life, what you allow into your space. Is it in alignment with your beliefs? If the answer is no, that is a really good place to start. If the answer is yes, well then let's move on, okay? So if we're saying, yes, I do live within my full integrity with everything I think, say, do, consume, buy. Now, we are human, we're gonna make mistakes. I don't like to say mistakes. We're gonna slip up a little bit, and just be human. It's okay. But catch yourself and forgive yourself, right? Don't be hard on yourself. Oh, I shouldn't have ate that. Oh, I said I wasn't gonna drink. I drank again. It's okay. You're human. Enjoy the experience. Move on, right? Move on, let it go. Let it go. Let that shit go. Okay, so the answer is yes, you're living with full integrity. Okay, then you have to ask yourself, what do I want? Okay, that could be a job, it could be an apartment, it could be a car, it could be a relationship, it could be, I'm going to do a whole nother thing on relationships because that has to do with another human, so that's a little harder to manifest. But we're not manifesting humans, we're manifesting vibrations that are in alignment with us, right? So that's a whole nother episode I'll get into. So when you think about what you want to manifest, you have to think, is there space for it? Well, what does that mean? Well, the space is my existence filled with clutter, with a bunch of shit that doesn't matter, with a bunch of stuff that does not serve me, with a bunch of broken stuff in my garage that I can't fit my shiny brand new car in, right? Where are you going to put what you're manifesting if there's no room, right? There's only so much space that we have as an energetic being, so we have to clear that space. So, clearing the negative thinking, clearing the limiting beliefs. Now, okay, you say, okay, I'm on board. I did all that. How do I manifest? Okay, you have to feel it, think it, see it, and be it as if it's already happening in the present moment. Okay? And that's all the time. That's just knowing. It's just knowing that you have it. it's that simple. And you're like, well, I do that all the time and it doesn't happen. Well, then there's some blocks there, and you gotta go dig back deeper, and you gotta go through those steps. Are you thinking, doing, being, acting within your integrity and alignment? Do you fully trust yourself? Do you fully trust the universe? Because you can't just like, I used to actually have blind faith, in a sense of like, oh, I believe in something, I just don't know what, but I know there's a power greater than myself. Well, you know what, there's really no power greater than yourself, because yourself is what can create your whole reality, and that's really powerful, right? So if you're not in alignment with yourself, you're really not in alignment with anything else. You can pray and pray and pray and pray all day, and yeah, your angels and whatever your higher power is, they'll be there and they'll support you, but they're going to support you, right? They're going to support your beliefs. Be like, okay, you think that? I support you. Okay, you think that that's all you're worth? I support you, right? They're not just like some magical thing that's going to just be like, poof, you're this new person, poof. You know, that all comes from within. That all comes from our own work that we have to do, right? So we have to take responsibility for what we have, what we don't have, what we are, what we want to be, what we, you know, all these things we have to take. It's not your boss's fault, you know, that you hate your job, right? It's not your job's fault that you can't afford a car, right? These are all external blames, okay? This all comes down to worth and self-worth and self-respect and setting boundaries and living within your integrity. And it's not easy to do, guys. I'm going to be 47 years old this month, proud to say. And it took me a really, really, really long time. And it took me time to think that I was doing all these things. And then boom, I got hit in the face like, nope, try again, right? And I'm like, what is it deep inside that is preventing me, right? Because there's nothing out there. There is no out there. All the out there's we create. We create with our beliefs. So if all the out there's aren't really supporting you, then you're not supporting you, because you attract what you are. So when you become a higher version of yourself, you're going to attract things that you never thought would be possible. You could be at the grocery store and you'll be in line talking to somebody, and next thing you know, they offer you a job. Like, that's how these things happen. You draw situations to yourself that match your vibration. So if you have full faith and full trust and full vision that something is a reality, it has to happen. That's how life works. That's how everything in your life has worked thus far, right? If you think you're going to get sick, you're going to get sick. If you think you're going to, you know, be alone the rest of your life, you're probably going to be alone the rest of your life. Or you're going to be in relationships that never work, right? Because your belief creates your whole entire reality. So if you believe that you're worthy of something, treat yourself as if you are. Don't be like, well, I deserve it because I work really hard. No, you deserve it because you're good to yourself, because you send good thoughts to your head, because you nurture your soul, because you eat well, because you drink good water, because you work out and you exercise, and because you spend time in nature. That's being good to yourself. Okay, being good to yourself is not like, oh, I work 9 to 5 and I'm really responsible and I take care of my kids and I do this and I do that. That is all external validation. External validation just keeps you stuck in this little hamster wheel, right? So the only validation we need is with our spirit. Are we nurturing our spirit? Are we thinking good thoughts? Are we eating good foods? Are we eating ethically sourced foods? Are we supporting big corporations that are not in supportive of our beliefs? If the answer is yes, well, then you have some blocks. So manifestation starts within trusting yourself. And the only way to trust yourself is to live in alignment with your integrity. So please do a little checklist. Check yourself every day. I talked about self-monitoring and self-regulation in the last episode. Same thing. When you do things, when you say things, when you eat things, when you meet people, is it in alignment with your belief system? If not, there's a block. You've just cut off the ability to receive certain things. Okay? So when you're manifesting a particular thing, like a particular job, I think a lot of people right now are in between careers, wondering what to do, right? COVID kind of like put a halt on stuff. Lots of people were working from home and said, you know, I kind of like this. I like having some time. Or maybe some people were like, I don't really like working for myself. I want to be part of a group. You know, whatever thoughts have come to your soul these past couple years when we've really had time to dig deep and think about what we want, then just believe that you can have it. Don't think about, well, how am I going to change my life? How am I going to work from home? Who's going to hire me? How am I going to make $30 an hour working from home? You know, like, who cares? Don't worry about it. Just envision that it's happening. Know that you deserve it. Treat yourself as if you deserve it. And the universe will give it to you. I promise. It happens all the time. I live it every day. I manifest from the smallest things to the biggest things. All the time. I don't think there's anything in my life that I've never been able to not do that I wanted to do. And that's, I don't know, I think that's pretty awesome. I think I've had a very full life. It's because of my beliefs, because I believe that I can have it, and I believe that I deserve it, and I believe in the powers that be, that they're in alignment with me and my commitment to myself, so therefore they commit to me as well. So I hope that helped. I could talk about this stuff forever. There's so much good stuff in my book. I don't sell it on Amazon anymore because I live in Mexico and I can't ship it. But if you really want a copy, my mom has a few at her house and she can ship it to you. So let me know. Otherwise, it's on Amazon Kindle. It's called Let Me Break It Down For You. But I talk about a lot of stuff in there, and manifestation and limiting beliefs and brain patterning and frequencies and raising your vibration and all that good stuff. So if you want to manifest, trust. If you want to trust, do some inner work. Do some alignment exercises. Is this in alignment with my beliefs? Yes or no? Really simple. Okay? So hope that helped, guys. And manifest away. Start to visualize. Start to feel it in your heart and your soul and your bones and everything. And then you too can live across the street from the beach in a foreign country with full trust in the universe that whatever happens next is in alignment with where you are. And if something happens that you're like, why did that happen? I didn't deserve that. Well, you got to think again. You got to think of how you're treating yourself, right? Because a lot of times we're not treating ourselves very well, so the universe is like, bam, here you go. You're not treating yourself well, here's an accident, or here's a broken bone, or here's something wrong in an organ, or something you have to tend to. So really think long and deep where you're disconnected with yourself. Because wherever you're disconnected with yourself, it shows up out there, right? There is no out there. Everything's within. So if something's going on out there that's not in alignment, it's because you're not aligned with your beliefs. So manifestation, think it, believe it, feel it, own it, deserve it. Don't wonder where, how, when, all those things. It just is. It just is and will be. So thank you for joining me. I'm going to be doing some more lives because I love it. I love information. I love sharing. I love inspiring people. I love raising our collective consciousness so we can all rise together and live harmoniously in a beautiful world. There's so much to offer. There's limitless possibilities for all to have. You just have to believe it and treat yourself as such. Okay. Thank you guys. See you next time. I love you.